Can you send or post a video for your enclosure? I plan to build one. Good question. I have two videos basically where I'm constructing this enclosure from scratch. You can find it on this channel that you are watching right now. You can go to the playlist with the videos, and one of the earliest videos you'll see two parts where I constructing the enclosure with my friend literally from scratch, and where I'm talking about this enclosure, etc. By the way, some people saying that the enclosure for Tamerlan that I'm having, it's too small. Yes, he is already grown up out of this, and I need to make him a bigger enclosure. But what is important as well is that for albino iguanas, this is important. Albino iguanas that doesn't have a good sight require different structure of the shelves. If for a regular iguana who have a good sight, you can put wherever you want in terms of decorations, branches, different things that to let them sleep and walk. For albino animals, the best thing you can do is just to work with the flat surfaces. Leveling the enclosure with the flat surfaces, allowing him to be as comfortable as possible. Being blind, it's like the human with special needs. They need a special treatment in the society. The same goes for the blind animals. You have to think when you're building the enclosure, and if this animal is blind, you have to think this through in advance. How are you going to construct the ladders? How are you going to construct the places for him to sleep where he will not be scared to, to fall left or right, where he'll be comfortable on the flat surface? This is important. Like you see in my case here, I created 3 different levels where he can rest, and all those levels are mostly flat with some pillows and soft things located on them. And also those surfaces have the holes in the floor, so if he poop, it will all go down into the water cans instead of making him dirty and the environment dirty, which happens anyway. Like, you cannot avoid that in any way, him being dirty, but this way you minimize the risk of him being dirty. What happens if you have a power failure? This is how do you keep Tam warm? It's a good question. Surprisingly, why I'm saying surprisingly, because for the house that is located literally in the mountains, for 3 years me living here, it was only one time when we lost power during winter. Only one time during the hardest storm. This is great, I cannot complain. But when that happens, I wasn't prepared my generator. I didn't know the time how to use it. So what I did, I took him out of the cage, and of course, if I wouldn't, he would be freezed. And for iguanas, 18 degrees Celsius is already too low. They start feeling bad, they start feeling freezed, and like their life cycle slows down, and nothing good will there will be no good output if iguana will stay in the cold temperature. So I took him out, and just with my wife, we took him to our bed and just placed between us, placed some warm water into the it's called thermos, thermos, and he spent all night in our bed, warm and nice. And then in the morning, the electricity recovered, and everything was good. So that was an interesting experience. I remember the day snow. It was snowing so hard that we had the snow literally covering half of our windows. Can you imagine? And the winds were huge, and probably that's how the electricity went down.